Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minutes, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
I'm your other host, Johan.
And we're at minute 41. This minute begins with Ace asking what Rico means and ends with Sujumi getting lasered. So that's kind of a stark contrast to what we've been watching, which is a kind of somber moment between Carmen, Ace, and Rico, where they're kind of lifting up each other. Actually, this is one of my favorite minutes, too, just because it's showing Ace not as a jerk, but as a cool guy.
Yeah, this is like the other minute that we just did. Ace was already starting to be a good guy, but this one is where he becomes like the best guy.
I think this is on par with him coming up and just going, "Hi."
Yeah. He's really been reaching out to try and be a friend to Johnny the whole time. Even though he does have that bit of envy that Johnny is the squad leader, he still wants to be friends, which is just levels good for Ace.
Just a little bit, yeah. As we see in this minute, he kind of doesn't think that way anymore either. He basically asks what he means when Rico says, he deserves it. And Rico tells him that, hey, I joined up for her. And Ace basically says, hey, Rico continues on and says that he wouldn't even be in the MI if it wasn't for Carmen. Ace retorts, Ace shoots back at him and just says, hey, you know what, man? You made squad leader all on your own. And it's kind of not true because Dizzy did help out just a little bit, but that's besides the point. But this is showing another side of Ace that it makes me so happy that he's in this movie and gives me so much admiration to him, the character in this movie, more so than I did when I first or continued watching it. Movies by Minute that's at this format is making me appreciate him a lot more.
Yeah. See, what I like the most about him, about the way he turns out in this minute, is even though he just says like you made squad leader on your own, it makes it seem like it didn't matter what Johnny did. Johnny succeeded regardless of whether or not he joined to impress Carmen or not. So he could have joined anything, but like he was just basically saying like you made leader on your own.
Yeah, I really like that too. Again, going back to our older minutes where we said, hey, you know what? Carmen's just a catalyst. Rico is doing all this stuff on his own. He's doing good stuff on his own. Seems like he's a natural leader, honestly.
Yeah. Carmen is a negative catalyst.
She is a negative catalyst, but she started all this going on. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Carmen wasn't there, Rico would kind of be lamenting about Carl leaving. But that's about it. And then he'd go on to be with his dad. And he wouldn't care about Dizzy or anything else. But Carmen definitely is that catalyst that made him get in there. But yeah, as we keep saying, he's doing a lot better. Rico, I think, gets a little bit surprised by Ace saying this. Because, as we've been saying, Ace has kind of been a little bit antagonistic. But not really. He's more of like a rival, if anything. And Rico is kind of surprised at him saying, you made squad leader on your own, dude. And nothing else besides that. He's admiring him, really. Yeah. And Ace, again, kind of responds back to Rico, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. You still got me to kick around, and slaps him playfully in the chest.
Yeah.
And I have in my notes here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, this is just him. Like, he didn't even talk about the breakup. In this particular minute, like he's just like, dude, you're doing good. That's all there is to it. Yeah,
he's doing what I would think a macho kind of dude would say as well too. It's not like, oh, it's okay, buddy, here, cry on my shoulder. He's like, no, you know what, dude, you did all this on your own. You don't need her. Anyway, You got me.
So yeah, he's just been he's an awesome guy in this minute.
Yeah, I even put in my notes at the very end, buddies. They're buddies. Yeah. They're friends now. But we get a scene change after that, unless you want to talk a little bit more about that scene at all.
No, I want to talk about the scene change, actually.
Scene change! Here we go, guys. We get Zim telling the squad that they're going to be firing live ammunition in a simulated combat environment as he's walking along. So, here we go. I got problems again.
Well,
I'm pretty sure you do too.
Yeah. In the script, remember they had the Marauders.
Mm-hmm.
So in the script, Johnny does a check on all weapons and suits prior to the start of exercise.
Yes.
Which obviously this comes into play at the later minute because this was in the script. So
Okay.
So Johnny does a check and he says everybody's equipment is good to go, and then the live fire exercises in a canyon, and there's all these assault drones that send out pulse rays or something. So everybody's still in their suits, and supposedly when that pulse ray is on, your suit shuts down.
Yeah.
So at the start of this minute, where right after he says like we have a live fire exercise, they're still wearing their laser tag harnesses.
Yes, they are.
But also in the scene change, they are so where the squad lines up to for the starting line. You see those little bunkers where something pops up.
Yep.
So when you walk up to it, something pops up from the bunker. You shoot maybe 30 to 45 degree angle with your live ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guard tower with 2 people on it.
Yep, that's one of my problems that I had in there too.
Yep. Okay.
To the left-hand side.
Yep. And to the right are people who are just nonchalantly doing jumping jacks.
On both sides, there are recruits doing exercises, and I think the obstacle course is on their left-hand side as well, too. Not only that, but it looks like behind the live fire exercise course is a billet. Like, it's a place where people are hanging out, or, it's either the mess hall, but it's one of those, tent things. Why are they firing live ammunition in such close proximity to all these people?
It does not make sense. But also, on the second stage of this obstacle course, like the second portion of it, you see that it starts to open up.
Mm-hmm.
So that means when you're going down, so you go in a straight line. The next area starts to fat up. That means like all of your targets start to appear not in the center, but more towards the left and the right.
Yep.
So they are the billet I start to see doesn't have much of an issue when it's straight ahead because they're going to be shooting to the outsides of the start. So that's where the guard tower is, and that's where the people who are doing jumping jacks are. I think the billet is not a bad position at this point.
Yeah, even still, I wouldn't want to be downrange of any kind of live fire. So that's my thing.
So yeah, nobody wants to be. But here's what I noticed. down the live fire exercise, there are all those walls, correct?
Yeah.
That's where they did the laser tag.
Yeah.
So whoever's in there, like, could get shot.
If someone's doing laser tag down there, they definitely could. Jeez.
Yeah, so it's just super unsafe. If this was a range, it would have been shut down.
It definitely would have. I mean, like, any range that I've seen, or like any kind of military documentary where they're doing like live fire exercises, they're doing target practice, there is nothing behind those targets or nothing behind that range for at least a good like 5 or 6 miles or so, or kilometers, It's just way far away. There's nothing to get hurt or get in problem. There's nothing to get in the way of those bullets besides the targets.
Yeah, because also you're talking about the people on the left that are in the air, basically, like moving targets.
Yeah.
While they're going down these zip lines.
Uh-huh. They could definitely get picked off.
This is so frustratingly bad.
So I had a theory about this too. Oh, go ahead.
Like I know we want to suspend disbelief a little bit. We talked about the Bombadil moment. Like some of these people, like if you get shot, you'll be good in a day or so because the medical advances. But really, This is just reckless. This is reckless endangerment.
So I had a bit of a theory about this too. Going off one of your theories, in our past minutes, we've gone over the Merida and saying how the Merida does not have iron sights. Meaning either this gun is a smart gun or they're just really well trained to hit stuff really well. Maybe that's, again, the same case on this one where they have everything so close together that either the gun knows not to hit, a non-targeted thing, which is kind of, blown out of my idea in the next minute.
No, I gotta kind of stop you on that.
Okay.
This is the theory that gun-free zones prevent gun violence.
Okay.
It's just, okay, guns can't be in this area, so everything is safe. No, a bullet will travel.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that...
No, but I'm just saying that this isn't something... Like, the bullet will have velocity. And so long as a Merida is within this zone... If they miss their target, the bullet is going to keep going.
Yeah, but
it's not like Neo is at the other end, like stopping every bullet from leaving this area. It just overall everything about this is unsafe.
Yeah, but I was going off of the theory that you had a couple minutes ago, or in the last couple of last episodes, where you were saying this is pretty much like the ZF-1, where it has a replay button.
Yeah, but without an original target, it could still. Go out of it could still leave the area.
And that's the only reason why I'm thinking that they had it so close, other than stupidity.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions on what the ZF-1 is, first off, you could listen to the Fifth Element, where they talk about the Fifth Element minute by minute. I'm pretty sure they're already ending it by the time this episode is out. I'm pretty sure it's already done.
It's done, yeah.
Yeah, but the ZF-1 is one of the weapons from that movie, which is a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just curious, either watch the movie or check out the Fifth Element.
John Robert and Crystal Beth, yeah.
Yeah, big ups to them.
Oh, yeah.
So here's another part where I'm just like, this movie's just super, super unsafe when it comes... Because you brought this up on a previous minute where they were showing the kids the two Meritas.
Yep.
None of them have trigger discipline.
Nope.
Because I can give it that maybe the people in the front line, they already have an intent to destroy something. That's fine. The people in the back line already have their fingers on the trigger.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Okay, so like the first line, actually, let me do this too. The first two lines are going to be Rico's fire group. He actually tells them, "Hey, this is our fire group. We're going to take them out." The front line is Sujumi, Breckenridge, Jonad, and Dizzy, including Rico as well too. Those ones, like Sujumi and Breckenridge, have their hands off.
No, Breckenridge is in the previous line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or the line after. They wait 10 seconds before Breckenridge's line comes up.
Okay, so we got Shijumi, Jana, Dizzy, and some other guy up there as well too. But those people do not have their fingers on their trigger. They have it slinged over and they have their hands on top of the weapon itself.
Yeah.
So they have trigger discipline, they have muzzle discipline as well too. They're not pointing it at anything like this. But the guys in the back, they're just like, I'm gonna put my finger on the trigger. I'm gonna get ready to go.
Yeah, they have their fingers on the trigger and they're already like, there it is. It's at 40, 48.
Yep.
You'll see everybody positioned like right at the ridge of the starting point. And you can see somebody right between Diz and Rico. I'm not quite sure who that is. It might just be an extra, but he has his finger on the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
To the right of him is Ace, and he's got his finger on the trigger. To the back of Ace, this is third line, he has his finger on the trigger.
Everyone has it on there. Pretty much everyone.
Yeah, everybody's like getting ready to shoot the person in front of them. Like, because they already have the Meritas like sight or like barrel up.
Yep.
So as they're running, they take their first run. The next line comes up to the line to get ready to engage onto this course.
Yes.
The next group, they have their barrels up basically to the back of the legs of everybody that is going on the first line, and they already have no trigger discipline. So this is super, super unsafe.
I don't even think they do this kind of stuff in today's military where they have like lines and lines of people going against each other, or going behind each other at all.
No, one of my cousins actually just finished a boot with where they use live rounds. Nobody is nearby. Everybody's to your side and you're shooting down. There's never been a case where this should actually occur as a exercise.
It's the future.
Nowhere in the future or the past should this exist.
A wizard did it.
No, a wizard didn't do this because it's happening right now. A wizard comes in on the unexplainable.
This is unexplainable. It's stupid.
No, it's actually happening. If the wizard did this, we would see a wizard on the side doing this. And then, like, why did Breckenridge get killed? Oh, Space Wizard did it because he's standing right there.
Spoiler, come on, man.
No, I know. But
with all this stupidity, something's going to happen. And we kind of know that something's going to happen because we've seen this movie so many times. But yeah, everything in this, it's not like, that's the thing too. It's not, the stupidity of the setup of the course. It's not the stupidity of the students. It's a dumb luck thing that kills someone.
Yeah. But I remember when we were originally thinking about doing this podcast, this is one that I had a problem with. Like, this is just the worst setup for a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like, it just absolutely makes no sense. And it plays in the next minute. But I remember I was just like, this is the one that I wanted to talk about because the consequence of it does not make sense how it turned out, but it happens. So first off, no trigger discipline.
Yep.
You are guaranteed to have someone get hurt, pretty much.
I mean, it may just go into your whole entire, hey, everyone knows that they have this bombadil thing with medics, and it's going to be okay no matter what.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the thing about having your finger on the trigger, in my opinion. There's a 50-50 chance something is going to go wrong. A, you squeeze the trigger. B, you don't squeeze the trigger. That's why you have trigger discipline. You don't put your finger on the trigger. That's why when you set up these groups that have their adrenaline pumping and they all have their fingers on the trigger to start, and you tell them, like, there's a score, you don't want to screw up the score, like, it puts so much pressure on them that, like, you really amp it up that something can go wrong.
Yeah.
Then you put all these reckless people with their fingers on the trigger and you put them literally in the middle of everybody else. Like, it's just so bad. Like, it's hard to explain how bad it is, but it's just bad.
Yeah,
all right.
It really is.
So they run up, and we see these drones pop up that shoot green lasers out. And they're incredibly close to the watchtower, the billet, and people around it. Like, you can literally see these items directly behind the drone.
Yeah. Let me say too, I noticed that they still do have their laser tag vests on, but the Maritas have been modified once again to not have the laser tag stuff on them. And Zim does say that the score is going to be 280, and he expects everyone to do better.
Yeah. I expect you to do better. In the script, they said the score was 300, and B Squad got 285. But the way Zim says it sounds better.
Yeah, it definitely does. Buzzer goes off, and they're off. Rico, pulls them up, and they're over the hill. Green lasers shoot out from these drones, and they start shooting at the recruits. But they're promptly, just riddled with bullets by the fire team.
Yeah.
Rico then tells Shijumi, hey, Shijumi, stay down! But too little too late, Shijumi is shot by one of the lasers and falls on the ground. The laser, kind of static electricity thing going off on him, and he just falls down. He's disabled.
Yeah, and in the script, the way it worked out was the drones don't immediately fire. It's if you don't shoot them down, they will fire then.
Yeah.
Because this one, they're just firing while people are running up to them. So there was supposed to be this gap in time that if you don't shoot it as quickly as possible, it will shoot you, and when it shoots you, you're going to be disabled. So this one has a little bit of like a wildfire where some of um, the shots miss and they go behind. Which, oh my god, this actually brings up a point. What if it shoots a person behind you?
Yeah, exactly.
So, because we discussed this in a previous moment, these actual lasers have some sort of force behind you. So, even if it doesn't hit the person with a harness, it can hit just someone running around, and they could maybe get a burn. So this is just 360 degrees bad from this live fire exercise. It's no longer just ahead of you. Now you can get hurt on the sides and also behind of whoever's in this area. This is a kill zone.
This really is. So my idea of Fleet having nothing but Carmen's kind of goes over to MI having nothing but, I guess, a dumb person who's an MI. But then again, I'm thinking maybe this society really doesn't have that much, respect for human life as it used to.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't care.
Everybody's fodder. Yeah, everybody's fodder at this point.
As soon as you're in the military, I mean, you're just a number at that point. Even later on in the movie, too, one of the main characters does say that, it's simple numbers. They have more, and we don't.
Yeah.
So I think
you can
go ahead.
Okay, but you can see, like, as they're shooting these targets, that the squids are popping, or squibs.
Yeah, squibs
are popping, because it definitely doesn't look like a regular impact from a bullet, because you can see it kill both the bursts and white smoke, which lets you know that they're some sort of what's it called, explosive something. I can't think of the word. I'm so
explosive
tired.
Explosive effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I really love the squibs, especially in the early 90s movies, late 90s movies, because, they kind of look kind of funny. One of my favorite squibs moments, though, is RoboCop 1, where the, oh gosh, what is it? What is the big robot called? I forgot his name. Oh, shoot. But yeah, it's in the boardroom where the character has the gun in his hand and he just gets mowed down, has all those squibs just popping off, pop, 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 and everything.
Yeah, the one that says like, what's it called? Please disarm yourself or whatever.
And he does, but the robot doesn't. But what's his face? Oh gosh, I need to look this up. Give me a second.
Oh, ED 209.
Ed 209, yeah. So yeah, it was Ed 209 who just was told the guy to disarm. The guy didn't disarm, and he just pumps him full of machine gun fire, and all these squibs just go pop, 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 pop.
I heard that the original filming of it, that he like really, really gets gunned down for a long period of time.
Oh yeah,
and they cut it out to get the R rating. Or like they shortened it to an R rating from an NC-17.
That movie was violent, and I loved every single minute of it.
Yeah,
so yeah, I mean the drones get squibbed up. I like it because it's goofy looking. It's not how actual bullets would actually fly through, but you got to show that they're getting hit, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But that's really where that minute ends when Shizumi falls down on the ground and gets hit with laser fire. Do you have anything else?
They told him, like, stay down, and he rushes up immediately and gets shot.
Yeah, he's kind of he may be a little bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
He just seems a little excited to get in there, which is what, I just noticed something. When you pause it at 40:59, right where he gets shot, his finger is squeezing the trigger.
Oh, no.
So those shots should have gone straight up and hit the people on the watchtower.
Yeah.
Like his hand is like freaking out on it. Ugh.
This is a bad exercise, as we've discussed before.
Yeah. If you show this video to a bunch of people that train CCWs, or at least just like the range masters, they would probably just sit there and like, why is this on TV? Like, they'll point out everything that's wrong with this. But yeah, there's just so much that's wrong with it. But yeah, so here's the part that I was mentioning compared to the previous minute. There are no shells popping out this time.
Yes, this time there's no shells popping out.
No, there are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's totally shells coming out this time. But before, like, what minute was it?
The very beginning where they had the Clan Deathly drop.
Oh, that's right. There weren't any shells there that were popping out.
Okay.
But this one does.
But so I did go back to those minutes and also future minutes where they are on Clendathu again. There are shells on the ground.
Okay.
Like you can see the brass kind of reflecting light or the moonlight and everything. So it is there are shells.
Yeah, but we didn't see them being ejected from the actual rifle itself.
Yeah.
We just hear it, and then later on you see it, but we never saw the shells actually just being ejected from the actual rifle itself.
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because there were only about 3 Hero Maritas that actually fired shells.
Okay, that makes a little sense.
A lot of the other Maritas in there are all just full on plastic. They're not real Maritas. There are only a few of them that were modified to fire live shells.
Okay, so that's probably why Jake BC is going like, because he probably has a fake one.
He probably does. So yeah, whenever someone has
it.
a close-up shot of them firing or something like that, they probably have one of those Hero Maritas.
Okay, because that's what I was wondering. Because some of them, you see them that they do not have a Marita that actually fires around as they're shooting. You see them shooting, but you don't see anything pop out of them. There's only obviously the few, which is Johnny and Diz, but Shijumi's doesn't look like his does, and the other person that's in between them, there's no. So yeah, you're right. It is a Hero Marita.
Mm-hmm. No, I think there were a few more Maritas, but it was like a handful, not like a ton of them. There were other Maritas that didn't fire anything, but just kind of ejected casings as well too. But a lot of the Maritas were those fake Maritas, and that was one of the ones that I was looking to buy. The fake Maritas, but those were going for like 500 instead of the Hero Maritas, which were like 1,200.
1,200 for a Hero? That's
for a Hero,
not too bad.
No, it's not actually. I mean, you could definitely. I mean, it's a non-firing thing. I mean, there's no barrel access or anything. You can't, I'm pretty sure you can modify it if you really wanted to, but for I'm pretty sure non-functioning prop, it was a really good price.
Yeah.
But do you have anything you want to say about this rest minute at all, or?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Yeah, we're at minute 28 now. We're probably going to end this minute because Johan needs to take a nap. And honestly, I do too, because my son is tired.
Yeah. I had a rough 3 games today, so I'm pretty tired.
Well,
and I have a game at 4:45, so I need to get something in.
Well, let's get your plugs in, and then we'll end it and call it from there. Where can they find you, Johan?
Okay, you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitch at JDASHD26. You can also find me on Twitter at OMG. It's Johan, JOHANN.
You guys can follow me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere on the internet. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, what have you. I'm also going to, by this point as well too, Destiny 2 should have come out on the PC, so you can definitely find me in those live fire exercises shooting at the back of people's heads in Destiny 2 on PC. Pretty much on AltTabMatt as well too. Hit me up. I'll be in your fire team.
Yeah, unless we're in a crucible, there's no friendly fire, so we'll be all right there.
Yeah.
You can stand in front of me all you want. Nothing's going to happen to you.
Promise?
Well, see, we have it set up that that'll happen compared to what they did here.
Okay. But so. you guys can fire the... gosh, here am I go thinking about that again. You guys can follow the show at The Roughneck Min on Twitter. You can also go to our website, theroughneckminute.podbean.com, for any of our old show notes or past episodes as well, too. And you can also go to our Facebook group, The Roughneck Minute Billet, to continue the conversation and talk to us about weapons or Destiny 2.
Yeah. If you guys are into Destiny, we do have a clan. If you don't have a clan, it'd be awesome if you guys would join, and then that way we can all get the benefits of being in a group together.
Heck yeah, guys. Once again, guys, thank you guys so much for listening to us. This is one of those weeks where we just saw the numbers going up and up and up, especially because I did have a problem earlier in the week where I found out that the RSS feed was only showing the top 20 or the top 20 most recent episodes. So we weren't seeing anyone downloading the first couple episodes. That was a problem on my part and a settings problem. I fixed it. So now every episode should be available for you guys to find either on iTunes, Google Play, or what have you. So I did see a jump up in downloads from that too, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. I appreciate it. Johan appreciates it. We love talking to you guys, and we love hearing you guys talk to us, especially. So go to the Roughneck Minute Billet, talk to us. We love it. But I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
I've been your other host, Johan.
And we'll see you on the Bounce Troopers.